Welcome back. This has been a lot of fun. All sorts of different new snack recipes, and I've got one of my favorites that's just quick, easy, and healthy, and very, simple to throw together. It's a corn and black bean salsa, and basically you've got canned beans in your pantry, some frozen corn in your freezer, a couple of fresh ingredients in that produce drawer, a little bit of tomato, lime juice, cilantro. You're in business, and it just goes together so quick. And it's one of those guilt-free munchies, which I love. So it tastes fantastic. You can eat all you want, and it's all good. So it starts out with 1 can of rinsed and drained black beans, which are so good for you, very inexpensive. This is a make-ahead. This is something I love to serve when you're having the girlfriends over for, maybe Friday after work or on a weekend. It's also really nice for book club. Then I've got some canned, frozen, or in the summer, some fresh sweet corn. Just going to be some great color, about a cup of that. If you like the heat, I've got 1 to 2 very finely diced jalapeno peppers. I happen to like the heat, but you could certainly leave those out altogether. You could use green pepper, red pepper. So if you don't want the heat, it's up to you. About 1/4 cup of finely diced onion, yellow or red. Now I've got some tomato. I'm doing and I like to not use the seeds, so I'm just going to use the outside of this tomato. This is kind of like a taste of summer, because this is something I make a lot in the summer if you go to the farmer's market and you've got all this great fresh produce. But sometimes when it's cold outside and you're craving summer and warm weather, this is a great thing to make. I know we got the Academy Awards coming up Sunday night. That's something that Ireland and I have a tradition of making something really fun, or a few different fun things, and planting ourselves in front of the TV and watching it together, including with the fashions that start earlier in the afternoon. And so this is a fun one to make for that, because guilt-free snacking. I'm just dicing up some tomato, and just didn't want to use the seeds because it'll water it down a little bit. All right. Looks good. Now I've got some fresh cilantro. Some people love it. Some people are not big fans of it at all. If you don't like it, you can completely leave it out. Mint is great in here. Parsley is great, or basil. I happen to love cilantro, so I'm going to really give it a nice rough chop. And when you do that, it just releases all the flavor, and you can just, as you're chopping, you can really smell the cilantro. Kind of like toasting the nuts. It brings it to a whole nother level. Fresh lime juice. Juice of about 1/2 of a lime. A little bit of olive oil, just to kind of bind it together. And a little bit of salt. Now it just depends if I've got a fresh avocado around, or if I'm feeling like avocado, which I happen to love avocado. So sometimes what I'll do, I'll get this all ready and get it in your refrigerator. It's great if you eat it right away too, but if you want to make it ahead of time, you can get it in your refrigerator. But I don't ever put the cilantro in until or the avocado, excuse me, until right before serving. Isn't this gorgeous? I know, so pretty. Now, one of my favorite things to serve this with, to keep it nice and guilt-free, are the baked tortilla chips, or in this case, does anybody else like me love these scoops? Because then you get lots of dip. So you can fill up these little cups with your corn and black bean salsa, and these happen to be baked, so they're really good for you. These are yummy. So there you go, all sorts of fun new snack ideas, and all the recipes that we did, including that basic hummus recipe, and then we turned it into the lemon hummus, the pesto hummus, and the roasted red pepper hummus. You can find those recipes on our website.